the extent that you can remain present and your mind is silent, to that extent anyway, you are an awakened being. If you're fully present in this moment, you are an awakened being in this moment. If you're really present, you'll feel the presence that is here. You can feel it, you can sense it, you can see it. It's almost palpable, the presence that is here in the room, in the space in the room, the space between us, the presence in the flowers. It's like this moment is alive. It is alive. And you can feel the aliveness of this moment more and more as you become more deeply present. As you become more and more present, you're less involved with me, me, me. It's not about you anymore. It's about what's here. And that's really a blessed relief. Isn't it tiring? Me, me, me. Isn't me, me, me tiring? When am I going to be loved? When am I going to be successful? When am I going to be acknowledged? When am I going to get what I want? Me, me, me. It's exhausting. But the more present you are, the less it's about me, the more it's about what's here in the moment. The present moment is quite literally illuminated by your presence. And it becomes very, very uncomplicated. You become very, very uncomplicated. Isn't that true when you're present? Are you complicated in this moment? There's really no, how can you be? There's no past or future to complicate you or things. Life is uncomplicated. This moment is uncomplicated. You are uncomplicated. In fact, you are very simple in the moment. You're just here with what is here. But you're a very bright light that is here, a bright being. You illuminate the moment with your presence. You illuminate what is here with your presence. And every moment you remember presence and deepen into presence is tremendously healing for your soul. And it's also very nurturing of the seed of presence, the seed that gets fuller and fuller and fuller within you. Every moment you're present, it's literally nurturing the seed of presence so that it becomes easier and easier and easier to be present, until one day you find that being present is just completely natural for you. There's really no need any more to even remember presence. Maybe occasionally you notice you're going too far into the mind, the past, the future, your story. Maybe you just gently correct and back you are in presence. If you're truly present, then I can declare that the true master is here. The true master does not exist outside of this moment. So it doesn't last, it's just this moment. But if you're truly present, then the true master is here. In a sense, we could say eternity is contained within the present moment, or it's revealed through the present moment. The true master is here, the eternal is here, God is here, presence is here, pure consciousness is here. When you're truly present. And so I can honestly say to you that there's really nothing to it, being present. There's simply nothing to it. Any trying or striving or struggling keeps you out of presence. Because it's too simple. The present moment is already here. Everything in the present moment is already here. And the only real question is, will you respond and be present with what's here, or will you stay in your story in the world of not here? And we humans are profoundly habituated to staying in the story and in those never-ending thoughts. So waking up is freeing ourselves from that addiction, which is what it is, and it's an addiction to thinking. Those thoughts just won't stop. But if you very gently, without any effort, very gently just bring yourself present with something that's here, and you're really present with something that's here, the thoughts stop without you even intending that. It just happens. If you intend that, that's just another thought. You won't become present. So it's really essential in a way to realize how simple it is being present. The present moment is always here waiting for you, constantly inviting you to be present with what is here. The problem is that we become focused on humans who are not here, and then we get lost in their world of not here. We get lost in the mind. So to become present, to free yourself from that addiction of thinking, to free yourself from the mind, you might want to slowly and gently surrender this fixation on fitting into a world where no one's really here, and start to focus on the world that really is here. The flowers, the trees, the mountains, the clouds, etc. Then you'll really quickly start to make that transition from the world of the mind into the world of now. And once you've settled into presence, and you've formed a beautiful relationship with the true beings that are actually here in the moment, then it becomes much easier to encounter unconscious humanity. Because you'll no longer be asking them to accept you, approve of you, love you, and of course at the deepest level, be here for you. That's the mistake we all made. It's such a fruitless quest trying to get unconscious humans to be here for you. And all that happens is you finish up in the same unconscious world, lost in the mind, lost in the past and future, lost in the story, just as everyone else is lost in the story. So you have to start seeing through that, and then very gently correcting. Let me just gently come back to the present moment. Even this humble box will do anything. It doesn't matter what it is. That's the beauty of being present. It matters not what you're present with. You can be present with something that you hear in the moment. And the moment is always revealing brand new sound every moment. It's never, ever the same. You can be present with what you see. This humble little box here will do. Actually, it's not that humble. It's quite pretty. I usually have a Kleenex box. That's all right. I can make do. You can be present in the movement of your body. If you're really present in the movement of your body, your thoughts will stop. Present with what you see, hear, feel, taste, touch, smell. If you're present as you bite into an apple and you're really present with the taste of the apple, same thing. You're actually an awakened being eating an apple. And if you're really deeply present, you won't even realize that. It'll just be an amazing experience of taste. You might dissolve completely into the taste, or the smell of a rose, or the sound of a bird singing. It's so important to recognize where the truth of life is so you can relax here. Then, once you've relaxed here and you know the awakened state of presence, it's so much easier to bring conscious awareness to when you go off into your story. We all know what your story is, because it's the same story. We all share exactly the same story with slight variations. Maybe I'll actually print out the story in about 2 sentences and stick it on the wall here for next week. It's really a simple story. No one was here when I was a child. My parents weren't present. That was very painful. I couldn't bear the pain, so I repressed it. I was angry. I repressed that too. My needs were not being met. I repressed those needs as well. And then I began my pursuit of the substitute needs. I've given up on anyone ever being present for me, so now I begin the pursuit of substitute needs. Well, will you at least love me? Well, will you at least accept me? Well, will you at least acknowledge me or think I'm special or approve of me? And most of us are lost in that story, pursuing those substitute needs and not realizing that it's against the will of God to have those substitute needs met. How are you ever going to wake up out of a happy dream? Because everything you're seeking is already within you and has always been. Infinite love is within you. Truth, power, clarity, silence, peace. It's all there at the center of your being. And the more present you are, the more you open up into the center of your being. And then your life becomes an expression from the center out, rather than a sense of lack and emptiness within you, and so you're constantly trying to pull things into you. Pull some love into you, pull some acceptance into you, some approval, some recognition, some being special. But you don't realize what is coming with it. Judgment, rejection, shame, guilt, all coming at you from an unconscious world. I shouldn't really say an unconscious world, I should say a world of unconscious humans, because the flowers are perfectly conscious, the trees. Our role in awakening is to catch up to the conscious beings. We have to catch up. We have to catch up to the monkey, the gorilla, the donkey, the horse, the giraffe, the tree. We have to catch up. You see, we're all lost in our story. They're not.